Yes, ma'am, you are live now. You can start.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks again. Welcome, students. Welcome to this session. And today we are going to learn. Yesterday we started the GST, and today we will learn how can we apply the multiple GST categories and how can we perform the calculation and how can we generate the invoices. But before starting, make sure that yesterday session, whichever we completed, it's clear. Anybody have some doubt, then please raise the query. Otherwise, I'll move ahead. Anybody? Because yesterday we applied only a one category, single category. Today we are going to apply the multiple category, multiple rates category. In case of multiple rate category, then how can we follow that kind of category in our tally? Anybody have some doubt? Still students are joining. Okay, waiting. Okay, Bhumika, you completed the exercise. Today I'll give you the one exercise on GST, right? But before that, we should complete the multiple categories. Then we will do a one exercise. Okay, Priyanshi, thank you so much. Tulsi, thank you. It's good, na? Now you can give the treatment of GST in the tele, na? Okay, so we are going to start multiple categories, GST category rates in tally. So let me share my tally screen. Okay, this is my tally screen, and I'm going to create a one new company. In that, we will see how can we apply the multiple GST rate category. Specify the path, then online sessions. Okay. Again, GST categories LTD. That's my company name, and it is Madhya Pradesh. Now, the first thing is that yesterday I told you, if only I'm having the one category, then where I should set? I should set the at the time of company features. So one category you should set, same one category you should set from here. Like for the example, by default 18% category is applied. So just set it yes. And then provide here the GST number. And I told you GST number should be original. You cannot provide the fake GST number because in that case, Tally will not provide you the GST returns. GST numbers. GST number. TCS. Okay. So this is your GST number. You should enter the correct. What's the code for this MP? Yesterday I told you 23 is a code for the MP. Control C. Then in the tally, I'm going to paste it. So this is my GST number. This is my company's GST number. And I'm not going to apply the e-way bill, e-invoicing or e-way bill. So you should set no. Control A. Now you should set here the percentage, default percentage. Specify the detail here. First, you should specify the HSN, then description, 18% category. This is my default category. Okay. Then again specify the detail here 18%. Then if you want excess, then cess should be applied on based on value and the cess rate is 0.01. Control A. Right? Control A. So now I want to create the multiple categories because see, I am having the items of the 5%, items of the 12%, items also for the 0% and item for the 28%. So how it should be created? Create by the help of GST classification. By the help of GST classification, you can mention the different categories. Now 12% category, enter. Again specify the detail here. This is your HSN detail. Description, you can leave it blank, specify the detail here, then 12%. 6% and in that case, the cess is 0.05. Then control A. Next is 18%, 12% I enter, then 5% category. 5% category, enter, specify the detail here. Then description, you can leave it blank, specify the detail here, and then 5%. 3 categories are completed. One is 18, second is 12, third one is 5%. Okay, and then cess value based on values, it's a 0.00, again 0.5. Control A. 3 categories are completed. Now 28% category. Specify the detail here. Then you can mention the HSN code. Specify the detail here and then in that case 28%. Automatically it will divide it into 2 parts. One is CGST and second one is SGST. And then based on then 0.1. 0.1. Okay, then control A. Last is 0% category. In a single example, I can take all the categories. Specify the detail here. Then specify the detail here. It should be nil rated because 0% means it is nil rated. Control A. Is it clear how I created the classification? Because those students who are doing the simultaneously within the live class, they should reply. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Classification is clear or not? I created the classification with the help of create. Then there is an option of classification. I'm showing you 5 classification I created. Alter GST classification. See, 0%, 12%, 28%, 5%. And one is default categories. Default category which I applied on at the time of company feature. Is it clear? Completed? Should I move it? Okay, I'm waiting for the 5 minutes. classification. 0% once more. Okay, no issue. See, just take off your 0% rate. Once you complete, then just write the message. I'm waiting, huh? Okay. Now, I'm sure everybody completed the classification. After completing the classification, you have to create the ledgers. Create ledgers, purchase account under purchase. Now, after entering the purchase account and selecting the purchase accounts, then enter. Please take care of these things. Enter. And here you should not applicable because we are not learning it is not included in the assessable value, and GST applicable should be yes. And here as per the company group, there is no need to change here. Okay, only here should be the as per the company group. Yesterday we already completed, already created the purchase ledger, and we already understood these things. Instead of service, you should select the goods. Control A. Now sales account, it should be under sales. Then only instead of goods, services, only goods. Then Control A. Is it clear? I created two ledger. One is purchase, second one is sales. Now Aman Traders account, it should be under sundry creditor. Then only enter the correct GST number. So I should again search the GST number. Okay, I'm going to enter this GST number, that is Infosys GST number. Madhya Pradesh. Control C. Then in a tally, I should enter the correct GST number because I told you cannot enter the incorrect GST number. Incorrect means which is not registered. Control A. Second is Ronald Traders account. This is my sundry debtor. It's my sundry debtor 15. Again GST number. So you should again search on the net. Geo MP GST number. This is the GST number of my debtor. Right? Enter, enter, enter. So 4 ledgers I completed. The one is purchase, second one is sales, third one is Aman Traders, fourth one is Ronald. Is it clear? I'm sure like by creating the 4 ledgers and applying the classification. No confusion is there. No confusion is there. Is it? Anybody who are doing, please enter. 0.05. Priyanshi, default category 0.05. Okay, I'm showing you. Okay. Says option is Raj. Says option is not showing. Then press F12. Yesterday you were there. I told you in the yesterday session. No, Vedant, see, the thing is that if you created the ledgers now instead of creating the classification, ledgers are more complicated. So just try to do the less complications, because in the see, if you are having the more complications, then there would be the definitely the at the time of auditing. So many ledgers I need to check. Opening stock amount is not showing in P&L. Just press F11 and check accounts with inventory should be yes. Integrate accounts with inventory should be yes. Suvankar, just check F11 and integrate accounts with inventory should be yes. No, while creating the ledger, we should not select the GST. Now we will select the classification at the time of item creation. Is it? Lakshmi, is it clear? Those students who are asking why I haven't selected the category while creating the ledgers. At the time of ledger creation, you should not select the classification. At the time of item creation, you should select the classification. F12 key is not working. In the laptops, F12 key is not directly working. You should press F12 with function key. Your question is very like. Okay, I'll give you the understanding of GST return today also. Okay. All the ledgers. Okay. See, alter ledgers. Aman Traders, cash, P&L, purchase, Ronald Traders. And this is my classification. Okay, 12%. I selected here the 0.05% cess. 0%, there is no cess, no tax. It should be nil rated. 28%, 0.1 cess. 5%, 0.05 cess. And at the time of company features, F11, then here I entered the 18% category. See, and I selected 0.01 cess. Right? Okay, I'm moving ahead, huh? Controlling. Now I should create the items according to my business. First item, I should create a first unit, huh? Unit, kilo, kgs. Kgs. Kilogram. 10 kgs. You should map it correctly. Decimal place 3. Control A. Now numbers, NOSNUMBER. NO. You should map it correctly. There is no need for the decimal places. Do it on fast. Okay. So 2 units are completed. Now control A. Now time to create the stock unit items. Stock items, sugar, kgs. Now here just check carefully. GST applicable, and here is as per the use GST classification. Which one? 5%. I told you yesterday, no need to write the percentage again and again because it creates the ambiguity. So instead of writing everywhere for percentage, just create the classification and just select from here the classification. GST classification 5%. Isn't it? Now it's a goods. Control A. Okay, I want to create a 5% item, one more. 5% item, I am having one more. See, packed paneer. Okay, I'm taking edible oil. Edible oil. Now I'm going to create a 5% item, one more, that is edible oil. Enter, enter, enter. It is again in a kgs. And again, I need to select only from here classification 5%. No need to write down the percentage again and again. Specify the detail here. Sorry, classification 5%. Is it? Is it clear? Control A. Now I am having the items of 12% also. So I should first it's 18%. So first 12%. 12% GST item list. Cornflakes, pasta. Okay, I'm going to create the cornflakes and pasta. Cornflakes and pasta. Cornflakes. Enter. It is in packets. So instead of that, I can create a number. Otherwise, I should create a Alt C. Or if you are purchasing in kgs, then kgs. And here you should not touch because cornflakes is under 18%. So by default 18% is there. Control A. Then pasta. It should be in a packets. So by pressing Alt C, you can create from here also. Packets. Packs. Control A. And don't touch here because 18% by default 18% category is there. Press Control A. Now 18% item I am also having. So you should search the 18. Okay, it's a 12%. Let me correct. Let me correct by altering it. Alter. Stock items, cornflakes, it is of 12%. Here should be use GST classification 12%. Date should be GST classification 12%. Date is 1st April. Control A. Then edible oil 12%. Again 12%. Control A. Last is pasta. That is 12%. Okay. Control A. Now 18%. I should search the items of 18%. Create stock items 18%. 18% list. 18% list is cocoa butter. I'm taking cocoa butter, cocoa powder. Okay. So cocoa butter and cocoa powder. Cocoa butter. kgs. Then don't touch here because 18% is there. By default, 18% category is applied. Cocoa powder. Fine. 5%, 12%, 18% completed. Now last is 28%. 28% categories item. So 28% are luxurious items are falls under 28%. Soups is 18%, small cars, consumable. Okay. ACs and fridge. I am creating the AC and fridge. AC, air conditioner. I should type AC. 2 ton. Then numbers. Then here should be 28%. Classification 28%. Last, this is last, and then at the end, we should create nil rated, that is 0%. Then fridge. Verse. 28%. Control A. Last is salt. This is nil rated. It is again in a kgs. And it is nil rated. Use GST classification 0%. Control A. Now I'm showing you the GST items with rate. Just check, please. Students who are doing simultaneously, just check. These are the items I created. All items under which percentage they are. Okay. Just a minute. I'm showing you the stock items. So from here, chart of accounts, we can check all the items, stock items. You want with percentage, no? F12. These are the stock items. AC 2 ton under 28%. Cocoa butter and cocoa powder, it is an 18%. Cornflakes edible oil, it is 12%. Fridge 28%. Pasta 12%. Salt 0%. Sugar 5%. Clear? Completed? Waiting for your reply, please. Okay, I'm waiting. Spoke items means what spoke items? What spoke? See, chart of accounts. Then stock items. These are the items I created. What is spoke? No, we have 18% default category. We cannot create the two default category. Now we can only create the one default category. Okay. AC 2 ton is 28%. AC 2 ton is 28%. And cocoa butter is 18%. AC, just write down, na? If you cannot like simultaneously do, so just write down. AC 2 ton is 28%, cocoa butter and cocoa powder is 18%. But you should not select the classification because 18% is a default category. Cornflakes and edible oil, 12%. Fridge is 28%. Pasta is 18%. No, pasta is 12%. Salt is nil rated. Sugar is 5%. Okay. So I'm going to unit of salt is kgs. Why it is little bit confusing? No, it is not little bit confusing. Edible oil GST is 12%. Okay, we can change the edible oil GST. How? By pressing here edible oil. Then Here should be the 5% category. Okay. 5%. Then 5%. I changed the edible oil category. Students, please take care. Now I'm going to enter one invoice of purchase. Do it fast, huh? Please. Just press F9. Then select the one invoice number. Enter, enter. Select the Aman Traders. Control A. See, instead of that, I instruct you about the class. I already told you about the class. In the class, you can include one CGST, SGST ledger, but presently I am selecting separately. Then purchase account. Just select sugar and how much quantity you purchase, 100 kgs. And the rate of is 45 rupees. It should be 10,000, 1000 kgs. Then salt. I purchased salt 100,000 kgs at the rate of 15 rupees. Then pasta. I purchased 100 packets pasta at the rate of 35 rupees. Then I purchased edible oil 100 kgs at the rate of 120 rupees per kg. Then again I purchased cocoa powder 100 kgs for 250 rupees. Then cocoa butter 100 kgs. It is 1000 kgs. The butter is around 150 rupees. 250. 350, no? Okay. Then we purchased cornflakes 1000 kgs. Cornflakes is around 75 rupees per kg. Then AC 2 ton. We purchased 5 ACs at the rate of 75,000. Fridge. We purchased 5 fridge, 1 lakh rupees per fridge. Okay, now enter CGST. Still we haven't created the CGST ledger. So just press Alt C, CGST account. Duties and taxes, GST. I told you yesterday, CGST, Control A. Automatically the calculation is there. Alt C, SGST, account. Duties and taxes, GST. It should be mapped with correct GST. Control A. See, calculation is there. Now you can check by pressing more details or by pressing Alt P, current, enter. Because SAS is not there, na? So SAS should be there. Enter Alt C, SAS account. Then GST, it should be SAS. Control based on value. Then no need to press the percentage. They see SAS is here. Then Alt P, current. Preview. See? But it is not giving me in the correct format. So I should press configure. Configure. Show more. I'm setting bill-wise detail, costs, allocation. Description, additional description for ledgers, display name of stock items, narration, statutory details. There should be yes. Okay, item wise GST detail, rate, HSN summary, GST analysis, and title is invoice and subtitle is GST invoice. Invoice, GST invoice. Next, show page number. Now page format. Page format should be pre-formatted. So here is print format, pre-printer. Paper type is pre-formatted paper. Now press Ctrl A. Now check preview. See, every calculation, see, on sugar it is taking 5%, on salt it is taking 0%, on pasta it is taking 12%. Is it clear? Just check this kind of invoice. You should have this invoice. Create this invoice, please. I want you should send this kind of invoice to me. Now, escape, escape, escape. Now, I should press first the reference, new reference 001 and save it. Then you can take the printout. How? Daybook or by pressing the page up. Okay. Now it is giving me the bill detail, new reference 001. I created only 3 ledgers. No need to create the different kinds of ledgers like 5% ledgers, 12% ledger. No, because more ledgers, more complications. Okay. How many students created this kind of invoice? Message me. How many students created this invoice? Yes, we can create 12%. Yes, yes, yes. Anything you can like mention the default category. No, it's not necessary. I'm waiting. Plus, please tell me the whether you created this invoice or not. Just check the item rate and quantity. Just check. Completed. Do we 10 minutes? It will take only 2 to 3 minutes. Ashmita, you completed your invoice. So you can check the printout now by pressing Alt P. Okay, Nidhi, if you are unable to see the reference, then press F12. In the F12, there is an option. Use default for bill allocation. You should set no. See, if you want to check the GST sales, then P&L 18% separately and 5% separately, then you have to create the different ledgers. But that is very complicated job. Because if the printout is there, then why there is a need to show the P&L? Okay. Press Ctrl A. Then check GST reports. State reports. GST reports 3B. See? Just a minute. 3B. It's a input tax credit available 162,385. ITC is available 162,385. Is it clear? Everybody have 3B? Just check sugar. If your sugar is calculating 18%, then check sugar item. How you can check the sugar item? Alter, stock item, then sugar. Here is C. Here is a 5% category. Use GST classification, use GST classification, both. Two options are there now. One is for HSN and second one is for GST rates. Control A, escape. Now please check. Arrear and completed. Okay. Print the configuration. Yes, I'm going to give you the explanation on how to create the invoice. Okay, print configuration. I can understand. See, first of all, how to create the invoices? By pressing the voucher, press F9. F9 is for purchase. Okay, and I created this kind of thing. I create the invoice. Okay, this is the bill. And now you want print configuration, Alt P. Then here in the configuration, use simple format, yes. Right, then enter, a down arrow key, down arrow key, down arrow key. Then it should be yes. All the things are yes. Rate of duty, item wise, GST detail, HSN, GST analysis, invoice, title is invoice. If you can, then bill. Instead of invoice, this is GST bill. Then enter. Title is bill. Okay, then show company name, everything is shown. Print form. Now paper setup. Printer setting. In a printer, below the printer setting, in a printer, there is an option of. Okay, here you should not set anything. The paper setting. No more. Then you will get the paper setting. Paper type. It should be here, should be plain paper. Then it will gives you the pre-formatted. Okay. Control A, then preview. Now you can check. See. Is it clear? I'm going to create a one invoice for sale. Now I completed my purchases. Okay, I completed my purchases. GSTR 3B, but the amounts are not coming. Why, Dhruvi? If the correction needed, then just correct it. See, GST, SGST ledger, you should create the ledgers. 3B, GST, ITC not showing. Why not showing? No, see, Priyanshi, if you change the GST rate after purchasing, then it will ask from which date you want to apply it. Okay, Dhruvi, I'm waiting. Just do it fast. So now we are moving to create a one invoice. Suppose we sold out all the items. So vouchers F8. F8. If you wish, then you can change the date. Otherwise, no need to change the date because dates are not permitted in educational mode. Control A. Make sure your party belongs from same states because we are learning the CGST, SGST. Control A, then sales. Now we sold out complete sugar, 1000 kg. Okay, if you like not remember 1000 kg, but what amount, what is the cost? Then press Alt S. The cost is 45. This is the shortcut key for stock query. Now 65 rupees I am selling it. And it is not inclusive of tax. 65. Then after sugar, there is salt. 1000. 20 rupees. Then there is pasta, 100 packets. It should be 45. Then fridge, 5. 1,20,000. 1,20,000. Then after fridge, edible oil 100 kg 155 rupees. Then cornflakes. I should take the rate cost 75. Yeah. Cornflakes 1000 100. Then cocoa powder 250 rupees. Na? So I sold out in. It's 100. 100. Then cocoa butter 350 rupees. So and 1000 kgs. 350 so 400 rupees. Then AC 2 ton 5. Want to check the cost. The cost is all test 75,000. So the cost I sold it on 1 lakh rupees. Enter 1 lakh. Then enter CGST, SGST, cess. Completed. Okay. Now, if you wish to check, then we can check from day book sales. Just check. Sugar, salt, fridge, edible oil, cornflakes, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, AC 2 ton, CGST, SGST, and everything. Now, same thing, Alt P, current. Then preview. Alt Z. See, everything is completed. Now here, analysis is not there. So press configuration. Stationery details, show rates for. So just set it yes. Yes. Then analysis. Control A. Review. See. Alt Z for zoom. Analysis. Is it there? Okay. Now I pass the sales invoice also. Escape. Control A. Right? Then you can check the computation. Now GST reports, GST computation. Now, after like checking the computation and everything, you should make the payment for GST. And how we can make the payment for GST? By passing the F5 and Control F. State payment, GST payment, tax other than charge, then 14214. Because I entered all the things in 14. CGST, how much amount is there? 36,797.50. 50. I'm making complete payment, huh? Because I'll tell you the another feature also. 797.5. Then says 253.25. Then cash. Negative cash. No matter. Control A. Control A. Now you can check payment print also. Alt P. Current. It is a payment voucher. And here is a company name and everything. See, amounts in words, everything is there. Okay. I'm waiting for the 5 minutes. Anything else you want to ask? Otherwise, I'm moving for the next feature. How I can adjust the CGST, SGST and IGST. Yes, I enter the cess in purchase voucher. Otherwise, it will provide me the, if I'm not entering the cess in purchase voucher, then it will provide me the correction in the GSTR 3B N1. Because see, we enable the cess feature, cess calculation. So cess should be there, cess account. First, you should create the cess ledger and then cess account. It will automatically do the calculation. Yes, shopkeepers also generate the bills using Tally. GST payment. Sarah, I'm not getting your question. See, GST and SGST ledger not showing amount in voucher. So see, I also instruct you about this steps. See, for payment, I'm going to delete this payment voucher because somebody asked the payment once more. Then voucher, press F5, press Control F, Control F. State payment GST, tax other than reverse charge 1.14 to 14. Then says you want complete payment, na? So first CGST 36797.5. Then by SGST 36797.5. By cess 253.25 to cash. Enter, enter, enter. That's it. Payment voucher is very easy to pass. Is it? Shall we move on next feature? Shall we move on next feature? Any student who completed all the purchase, sales and payment transaction and they have the GSTR 3B and everything. Any student who completed purchase, sales and payment and GSTR 1, 3B, everything is correct. Computation. Any student, please message me. Priyanshi, Bhumika, very good. Very good, very good. Okay. Now we are moving for the next feature. In the next step, I'm going to tell you, suppose I purchase the sugar from interstate. From Delhi, I purchase the sugar. From Delhi, I purchased the sugar and I Hello? 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 Am I audible? Hello?
Oh, yeah, ma'am.
I'm audible, na, ma'am? Okay. And my screen is visible. Just please check, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, it's visible, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Let's.
So in this, like, again, we completed the first, we completed the GST with one category and we completed the GST with multiple category. Now, again, we are going to learn a very important thing in GST using the Tally Prime, that is setup with GST. Setup with GST. Now, what is the setup with GST? Okay, what is the setup with GST? Actually, you know, if we have an intra-state transaction and interstate transaction both, for example, I purchased the sugar from Delhi. I purchased the sugar from Delhi. So in that case, I have to give the IGST because I purchased the sugar from Delhi. But I sold it in Madhya Pradesh and I received the CGST, SGST. So in that case, I have to adjust the IGST with CGST, SGST. Is it clear? Is it clear what is the setup of GST? What is the setup of GST? See, in case I am having the intra-state transaction and interstate transaction both. I used to purchase the sugar from Delhi. In that case, I have to pay the IGST because I told you in the theory session, if it is interstate, then IGST will be there. If it is interstate, then IGST will be there. And I sold it in my local state, that is Madhya Pradesh. In that case, I'll receive the CGST, SGST. So the setup of CGST, SGST with IGST should pay to the government only. Okay, should pay to the government only because in this transaction, CGST, SGST was there. So it is automatically adjusting. It is automatically adjusting. Okay, now you can check. See, in that display more reports, account books, ledger, CGST ledger. 1,62,385 is a purchase and sales is 1,99,182. This is CGST you received while sales and this is CGST you pay while purchase. And in that case, only the difference is 36,797. This amount you should pay to the government, which I pay. Same thing with SGST, same thing with SES. But now this is the example. First, I have to create the ledger of Delhi party. Delhi party account. And this is my sundry creditor. 15. But the party belongs from Delhi. The party belongs from Delhi. So I should enter the GST number of Delhi. So instead of 0223, I should enter the code 07. This is the Delhi code. That's it. Incomplete. It is incomplete. So I should check. Okay. Should check from net Delhi GST number. From here you can copy the Delhi GST number. This one. This is the Delhi GST number. Control C and Control V. Enter. Now it is not giving me the error. Enter, enter, enter. I created the one party of dealer of Delhi. And I also created the one ledger IGST. IGST account. It is under duties and taxes and it should be GST and it should be mapped with IGST. No need to enter the percentage. Control A. That's it. Okay. Now suppose presently my all the accounts are set off. I checked. I all set off all the accounts. See, all the accounts have nil balance. You can check. See sales. See SGST is a nil. See, it is nil. Then CGST, nil. Cess, nil. Okay. Now in the month of May, F2, 1st May, I enter the transaction of purchase F9, Delhi, 01 purchase. Then I purchased from Delhi party. Control A. And see, you should check it's a Delhi. Place of supply should be same because see, from you are purchasing from Delhi, but definitely they will provide you the sugar in the Madhya Pradesh purchase. Now sugar, only I am entering the sugar of 1000 kgs and for 45,000 rupees I purchased. Now CGST, is CGST will be there? No. Is SGST will be there? No. Then IGST will be there. Enter. Now see, IGST is there, 2250. 2250 is a IGST and cess is same. Cess amount will be same. Then control A, new reference. Then control A. Now I got the ITC for 2250. I should check the state reports, GST reports, 3B reports. Now I am having the Alt F2. First you should change the month. 1st May. Now you are having only 2250 ITC. Only 2250 ITC you are having. Okay, you are having only 2250 ITC. Now you sold it in Madhya Pradesh. Then F8. Party name is Ronald because Ronald belongs to Madhya Pradesh. Then sales. Sugar. How much sugar? Complete sugar. 1000 kg. Okay, you sold it on 65,000 rupees. You purchased for 45 and you sold it on for 65,000. Then now CGST. Now should I like select the IGST? No IGST will be there. Now CGST will be there. SGST and cess. So total you received the amount as a GST 3250, 3282, 3282.50. Enter, enter, enter. Then enter. Now you can check. Display more reports, state reports, GST reports, GST are 1. Alt F2, 1st May to 1st May because you want to check the. Now you receive 3282 and you pay. How much you pay? From here you can check. 152. How much you pay? You pay 2272. The difference of 3282 minus 2272 you have to pay. But your CGST, SGST balance is 1625 credit balance. So you have to set off from IGST with CGST, SGST. Is it clear? The concept is clear or not? The concept is clear or not? Because concept is very important, you know. The concept is very important. Just like answer me. Is the concept is clear? Clear? Bhumika, Priyanshi, Alka, Abhi, Richa, Jaideep. I cannot call out all the names. Manish, Saira. Concept is clear, na? Now, whenever you want to adjust the IGST with CGST, SGST. Then what account should be debit and what account should be credit? Now I'm going to tell you on the word. Just a minute. Okay. File. Now check. At the time of purchase, what entry will be there? Purchase account debit. How much it is? How much it is? 45,000. Then IGST account debit. Account debit. I should check how much amount it is. It is 2250 and says 2250. 2250 says 2250 to party, Delhi party. Total amount is 47272.50. 47272.50. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now IGST have the debit balance. And in the time of sales, Aman or Ronald, okay. Ronald debit. By how much amount? I should check. Sales. It's a 65,000. Total is 68282.50. 68282.50. Enter. Then to sales. And sales is 65,000. 65,000. To CGST. To CGST. How much amount it is? 1625. 1625. To SGST. How much amount it is? 1625. To SES. To SES. It is 32.50. 32.50. Now, our CGST, SGST, SES have the credit balance. SES is automatically adjusted because 3250 I received and 22.5 I have ITC. So the difference is the payable amount. But CGST, SGST have the complete credit balance of 16250, 1625 and 1625. So and I have ITC in IGST. So I have to adjust IGST with CGST, SGST. Amount, the remaining amount I have to pay, that is first is a 22. It is 3250, 3282, 3282.50. This is my output GST. This is my output GST. And input, how much I am having? Input GST, how much I am having? 2250 plus 22.5. That's mean 2272.50. 2272.50. Now the difference I have to pay. I need to calculate it. 3282 0.5 minus 2272.5. This should be the balance of, this should be the credit balance of CGST, SGST. It says total, but presently not. Because if I can check control N CGST balance, how much it is? 1625. So I should adjust the amount with IGST with CGST, SGST. So how I can adjust? Escape, escape. Then I need to pass the JV, general entry. First of all, you should check your account books. Your ledger of CGST is 1625. I need to adjust. And then cess is adjusted. Cess is automatically adjusted. But the rest is I have to adjust. So by passing the JV, F7. So what should I debit? If we are getting everything, then what should I debit? Please tell me. What should I debit? What should I debit? Tell me. What should I debit? See, IGST have the debit balance. So IGST should be credited. So what should I debit? Yes, 1010 to be paid to the government. But it should be the my credit balance of CGST, SGST now, but presently it is not. Bhumika, Priyanshi, you are correct. But presently the balance is 1625, 1625. Cess is correct. Cess balance is 10 rupees. That is correct. So what will be the entry? Tell me. For adjustment, how I pass the entry? Any idea? CGST, SGST, debit. Very good. Very good. Good. Appreciated. See, CGST account debit by how much amount? 1625. And I'm having total I need to adjust IGST 2250. So out of 2250, I adjusted 1625. Then by SGST. Now Alt C, just calculate 2250 minus 1625 minus 1625. Alt C, 2250 minus 1625. Automatically it is adjusted. Now balance is remaining SGST 1000 rupees to IGST. Now IGST is nil, CGST is nil, SGST amount is 1000 rupees credit. Now I can make the payment by pressing F5, Control F, GST, then 1st May to 1st May. Then SGST amount, only SGST account have the credit balance. And cess. How much amount? 10 rupees. It have the 10 rupees balance. Everything is nil now. See, everything is nil now. You can check. See, 1010 is payment done now, and your SGST, CGST is nil now. Cess is nil now. Is it clear? The concept is clear? Is the concept is clear? These are very important thing, you know. You should understand. Just message me. It is clear or not? Is it clear? No reply. Please reply me. Okay, understood. Thank you, Bhumika. Thank you, Tulsi. Please kindly give the attention, complete attention. Ruby, very good. Very good. So I'm moving to the next concept, okay? I'm moving to the next concept. Now, in the GST, we applied the GST on goods. Now we are going to apply the GST on purchases, purchase of services. We are going to apply the GST on purchase of services or sales of services. Okay, so first I have to create some kind of services. Create ledger. Suppose we are providing the services of home service. Okay, home service account. Enter. It should be in the indirect income. We are providing the home service, and on home service the GST applicable is 18%. I'm not going to change the classification. I'm not going to apply the classification. On home service, 18% tax is there. 18% tax is there. Control A. Definitely, if I'm providing the home service, then I should use the telephone now. So telephone expenses. Telephone expenses. Enter indirect expenses. And again, I'm not changing the. Just a minute, my tally is closed. Select. Please check students, though I'm asking to those students who are regularly querying me how to select the company. It's a very see, you are attending the class from last so many days. My company was GST category. Enter. Now, I created the ledger of installation services. Now home service. Then I am going to create the ledger of telephone service. That is telephone expenses. This is the telephone expenses. Indirect expenses. And 18% I'm not touching it because now you understood how can we apply the different categories. Control A. Now on the case of services, how can we apply the GST? How can we apply the GST? Now we are providing the home services and we are taking the GST. So we cannot pass the receipt voucher because we have to receive the GST. So in that case, you have to pass the sales voucher. In the sales voucher, you should change the mode. You should change the mode, accounting invoice. Then party name, because in this you are getting the cash. You are getting the cash. Okay, and they are your consumer. So don't enter the GST number because they are your consumer. This is the transaction of B2C, business to customer. Previously, they are B2B, but now it is B2C. Now I provided the home services. Okay, enter the amount. Inclusive of GST? No. It is completely the 40,000 or 40,000. Okay. Then CGST automatically is there. SGST automatically is there. And cess is there. Okay. Is it clear? And the transaction happens on 1st June. Now, I received this much of GST account amount, but I pay the GST on telephone expenses. Now, definitely telephone expenses is what? Again, you have to enter the transaction on purchase of services. Then F9. F9 and invoice number. Party name, you can enter the cash, but in this case, because see, you cannot provide the GST to unregistered dealer. So in that case, this should be the registered. And now I'm going to search the BSNL GST number. MP, BSNL GST number MP. Because see, if you are not entering the GST number, then GST will not be there. Because you cannot pay the GST to unregistered dealer. Enter, enter. Now, telephone expenses. How much amount you pay? You pay 5,000 rupees. Enter. Then CGST, SGST, and cess. Enter, enter, enter. Now please enter. Okay, 1st June transactions are there. Now you can check your display more reports, state reports, GST reports 3B, and of 1st June. See, previously they are coming here. Now on 1st June to 1st June. Now it is 3,600, 3,600. See, 4,50,000. What is 450? 450 is on telephone expenses, and this is your indirect income. So you have to pay only the amount 3,600 is a CGST, SGST, and then minus 9,950. You can check GSTR 1. See, previously it was coming in B2B. Now it will be B2C. You can check. 1st June transaction is B2C. See, it is B2C small invoice. Are you getting? B2C small invoice. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now annual computation. Alt F2 only from 1st June to 1st June. Okay, how much you are getting as CGST? 3,600 and 3,600 as GST. Total 7,204 minus 950 you have to pay. So how much amount you have to pay? 7,204 minus 900.5. 6,303.50. That should be the balance of CGST, SGST credit balance. You can check by making the payment. F5, Control F. GST, then 1st June to 1st June. CGST account debit 3150. 3150. Enter. Then by SGST account debit 3150. Then by cess 3.50. 3.50. Total is 3.5. Total is 6,303.50. That is your remaining balance you have to pay. Just check on the calculator. I calculate here. Now tell me, is the concept is clear or not? In the case of services, how can you pass the entry? In the case of services, how can you pass the entry? Tell me, concept is clear or not? In a tally, it's a very easy to enter the entries. Only the system you should understand. Only the system you should understand. Tulsi, Priyanshi, and so many students are there. Please tell me. Is it clear how I pass the entry? Again, you should check. In the day book, first I sales. I sales the services of home services. I provided the home services of my customer because these are my customers. I receive the cash. So there is no need to enter the party details. Only you So you should select the consumer because this is B2C transaction. B2C transaction is there. Okay. Then CGST, SGST is there. Then purchase. It's a purchase of services. You should enter the, while paying the amount to the BSNL, you are purchasing the services of telephone expenses. Only the thing is you have to change the mode from here, accounting invoice. In that case, no purchase ledger should be debited. Now tell me, is the concept is clear or not? Crystal clear. Very good. Good, good, good. See, sales in the sales, I haven't entered the GST number. In the time of purchase, I enter the GST number because you cannot pay the GST amount to the unregistered dealer. In that case, RCM will be applied. Tomorrow is the last day for GST. No, Thakur Durai, I haven't entered the GST number while passing the sales entry. IGST payment L1. Okay, okay. Purchase, not sales. Because we cannot pay the CGST, SGST amount or sales amount to unregistered dealer. This is the rule. Because they cannot claim that they don't have the registration number. They cannot claim. In that case, RCM will be applicable. Tomorrow is the last day of the GST. But make sure you understood the complete concept till date. The concept are very important. And if you're not getting, then just go through the concept first. Is it? Shall I move ahead? Anything you want? After GST, like tomorrow, in the first half, I'll complete the GST and then TDS. I'll give you the understanding TDS. What do you want? IGST? Only you are writing IGST. What IGST? What, like you want concept of IGST or what? Tell me, na? Do you want concept or you want the adjustment entry? Should I show the adjustment entry to you? Should I show the adjustment entry? I'm not getting, you're writing IGST. Yeah, Priyanshi, I'll forward the assignments. No, ma'am. Dhruvi, what do you want exactly? Anything else? Okay. Ashmita, I got your question. You want how to take the backup, na? But make sure the GST, like till date, whatever I explained regarding the GST, it's clear. Purchase one voucher along with sales one voucher. Okay. See, this is my purchase of services voucher. This is my purchase of services voucher and I change the mode from here. Instead of item invoice, I change the accounting invoice. This one you want, Dhruvi? Or like previous transactions you want? Quantities of all the items. Okay. Yes. Cess value is varies from for 5%, 12%, 18 and 28%. It will be auto calculated by the tally. No need to check it because in a tally, like embedded calculation is there, automatically calculation is there, and there is no need to check the calculation because the calculations are perfect. Previous, okay. Alt F2, 1st May to 1st May transaction, okay. You want this? This is only in this case. See, okay, I'm showing you all the very first, in the first half, I told you about these transactions. In this transaction, I received paid the GST amount to the Aman traders because both belongs from Madhya Pradesh. So intra-state transactions was there. Intra-state transaction was there. Just take. This is the quantity. You should take the screenshot, Dhruvi. Okay, in this transaction, I completed the transaction with CGST, SGST, and this is my intra-state transaction. It is on 1st April. Then I sold all the amount. I sold out all the quantities to Ronald Traders, and Ronald Traders belongs same from same state. So intra-state transaction is there. CGST and SGST was there. Only I pay the remaining amount. CGST blank, SGST blank, cess blank, cash blank. Okay, I pay the only the remaining amount, the balances of credit balance of CGST, SGST. Is it clear? If you want to check the quantity, then please take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. Right? Now, in the month of May, I told you interstate transaction. One is intrastate and second one is interstate. This is my interstate because I pay the IGST to Delhi party. And this is my sales. This is my intrastate transaction. And then I received the CGST, SGST and cess. Cess is automatically adjusted definitely. But how CGST, SGST? We should adjust the IGST with CGST, SGST because IGST have the debit balance and CGST, SGST have the credit balance. So I should have adjust the IGST with CGST, SGST. So in this entry, I adjusted the IGST with CGST, SGST. And one of the student tell me, I asked one question, how, like, what should be debited? So definitely to reduce the CGST, SGST balance, CGST, SGST should be debited. Because credit balance is there and IGST debit balance was there. So debit balance completely goes to the credit balance. So IGST will be blank. And I pay the complete amount. Right. Now at the end, last, I told you in the month of June. Then I told you how can we receive the GST in the case of sale of services. So you have to pass the sales. You cannot pass the receipt to voucher. But in the sales, you have to change the mode. You have to change the mode. Instead of item invoice, you have to change the accounting invoice. Then rest things are okay, you know. And same is for purchase. It is purchase of services, so you have to change the mode. If you wish, then you can create the purchase of services voucher separately. We already also know now, we already covered complete things. Customization and tally, I told you. And then at the end, I make the payment. That's it. This was the last transaction. Now, please tell me any query. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you the today's last feature. See, you are not having the item now while selling the services. While sales in the sales, you are not having the item. So that's why you are passing the entry in accounting invoice. No, IGST will automatically come. You should check while creating the IGST, you should select it properly under duties and taxes and properly GST and map it with IGST. That's why your amount is not coming auto calculating. Is it clear? So last feature of today's session, only the last concept. Is it? Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to give you a clarification on net. Not eligible of ITC. Some goods are there that is not eligible for ITC. That is not eligible for ITC. So you can check the ineligible item list. Motor vehicle or other conveyance. Conveyance charges. If you are paying the conveyance charges, if you are paying the conveyance charges, for example, suppose I am deleting this payment. Okay. I collected the GST amount in the time of sale of services. I pay the GST amount at the time of purchase of telephone services, and I have taken the ITC. Definitely, if I selected the CGST, SGST here, then it will be reflected in our reports. You can check now in the 3B reports. It will be reflect. It will reflect now 1st June to 1st June. Now it is reflecting. It is reflecting 450. 450 is our ITC. And in case I have paid some amount for conveyance. Okay, for conveyance. So I'm passing a one entry for conveyance charges. Here, again, purchase of services F9, and I need to search the one GST again. Here, transport MP GST number. Okay, so this is the air transport MP GST number. Alter C. Now I'm going to create a one new ledger because I need to purchase the conveyance charges. I need to pay the conveyance charges. Create ledger conveyance charges. Enter. Enter. It should be under indirect expenses. 18% is applicable. Right? 18% is applicable. But applicable, it's okay, applicable. But it is not eligible for input tax credit now. So I need to specify the details here. There are two ways. If you wish, then you can specify the details here. HSN, then description, then specify the details here. Taxable and 18%. But value and then 0.05. But it is not eligible for ITC. So set is no. Eligible for input tax credit? No, it is not eligible for input tax credit. So set it no. Right? Control. It is a services. Control A. Now I'm going to pass a one voucher F9006. Party name is cash. Okay, and then this is my registered because I told you you cannot pay the CGST, SGST cess to the unregistered because RCM concept is there. Control A. Now telephone conveyance expenses, conveyance charges, 5,000 rupees. Then CGST is there, SGST is there because I need to pay. Cess is there. So definitely this amount will be adjusted against the credit balance. You can check. Display more reports, state reports, GST reports 3B, and this is for 1st June. Okay. See, here is input tax credit reversed. 450 to 450 you have to reverse. 450 you have to reverse, which is applicable on purchase of conveyance charges. But it is showing me it should be reversed, but still it is included in your books. If you check your CGST, SGST, now your CGST, SGST balance is only 1 rupees. Only 1 rupees. It is says, sorry. 2,700. While this amount is not eligible for ITC. You cannot claim the ITC for the conveyance charges. You cannot claim the ITC for conveyance charges. Is the concept is clear? Is the concept is clear? Is the concept is clear? I'm waiting. Ashmita, I only got a one answer. Ashmita. Dhruvi. Okay. Is it clear? Right? So I have to pass one reversal entry. Why reversal entry? Because we cannot claim the CGST, SGST as a ITC. We cannot claim for the ITC. So there is an option to pass the reversal entry. In a voucher, first pass the JB voucher, F7. And there is an option of state adjustment. Why you are passing this entry, GST? Because reversal of ITC and ineligible credit. Again, please check. Vouchers, F7. Then state adjustments, GST. Then reversal of ITC and ineligible credit. What should you debit? Tell me. Because CGST, SGST you have to credit. CGST, SGST and cess you have to credit. Because you already also debit it. You claimed it. But now you want to credit it. So that your CGST, SGST amount will be increased. Credit balance will be increased. What should you debit? What should you debit? Assume, just assume. What should you debit? Conveyance charges. Okay. See, your class is not done for today. Your class is planned till 6 o'clock. So please don't. Clear, madam, but a little difficult to remember. We need. Yes, definitely you have to like do the more practice. See, the thing is, first thing, I entered the first one entry. Just check. Huh? See, playbook, and I purchased the services of conveyance charges. This is the purchase of services conveyance charges. And I see here I claim the CGST, IGST because I pay the CGST, IGST. But this item, this expenses, we cannot claim this expenses according to the rule because conveyance charges falls under ineligible credit. Ineligible credit. So 450 we already claim because it will reflect your account, definitely CGST, SGST account. Okay. And but now you want to pass the reversal entry. So you have to debit the conveyance charges. You have to increase the conveyance charge amount. Then party name is cash. No, it should not purchase. It should be reversal entry. Na? First, you should check purchase. You purchased the conveyance charges and you claim for the ITC. Right? So, again, you have to pass one JV. And here is the option of state adjustment. GST, reversal of input tax ineligible credit. Only conveyance charges. How much you have to debit? 450 plus 2.50. So 902.5. Enter. To CGST. How much? 9% on 5,000. 450. Then SGST. Then cess. Cess. Okay. You have to provide the GST details. This is on services. Now you pass the entry, reversal entry. So you can check on the account books. Now your CGST again increased by that much of amount. See, first it reduced by that much of amount, then again it increased by that much of amount. Is it clear? The concepts are very important. You have to do more practice, more practice, more practice. And what will be the effect in our state reports, GST reports? 3B. Alt F2, it is for 1st June. See. Input tax credit available is only 900. Input tax credit reversed 900 rupees. 450 twice time to you passed the entry now. Enter. See, it is giving you the general and purchase. Twice time you pass the entry of 450. So that's why it is telling you the 900. That's it. Is it clear? Okay, just like ask the questions. Thank you, Bhumika. Thank you so much. Last is like some students are asking for backup. So for backup, directly you should go to the data, then backup. And for which company you want to take the backup? For example, suppose I want to take the backup of first GST example. Enter. Okay, and this is the destination. The backup will be stored on this location. Okay, and then if you wish to take the backup from this location, then it is okay. Otherwise, you can change the location. Enter and end of list. Okay, so 106 companies backup is there. That is on C Kavita GST backup. You can check C Kavita GST backup. See, 106. It is in encrypted mode. You cannot open it. Only you need to restore it. You cannot open it directly. You need to restore it. Is it clear? Anything else? Yesterday, I told you an email ID. Please send the assignments on that email ID. Do not ask regularly. Don't put the question regularly. No. You have to submit compulsorily. No, it's not in zip format. It should be in a, like I told you na, it's just now. It should be in a backup file. IGST payment voucher. Okay. Book or tab 2. First May to first. This one now. IGST payment voucher is not there because see, I adjusted the IGST with CGST. So HGST balance was there. So there is no need to pay the IGST now because I have to adjust the IGST with CGST, SGST. Anything else? Anything else? The concepts are very important. Yes, yes, different parts for different companies. Yes. It's a Kavita Navlani 126@gmail.com. So many students already sent me. Kavita, Kavita. Just write down Kavita, Kavita, Navlani, Navlani, no space. Navlani, no space. 126. Kavita Navlani 126@gmail.com. Just see, just take the backup and send the file on mail. No need to zip the files. Tomorrow is the last day for GST. And also we will discuss about the TDS. Then I'll send you the assignment again on the GST. Okay. Anything else? Yes, Dhruvi, it's correct. Kavita Navlani 126@gmail.com. It's correct. You just take the backup and attach with mail. That's it. You don't know how to attach the files. Yes, my email ID is it's not a Navlani, Navlani. Navlani. Oh God. See, just like open your Gmail ID and then just compose, write down my email and attached it. Don't share it, attached it. Whatever the backup you have taken, attached it only. Fine. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot for the patience listening. Bye and take care. Do the practice regularly because it's a very important for us. Okay. Bye and take care. Thank you so much.